That famous over-exaggeration when he used to say, "I'm so bored I could die." The day on Boredom Must Die, I was so bored I researched if people could heal instantly, like in video games. Human bodies can't regrow limbs, and we've already talked about future of cybernetics and replacement limbs. When the body's damaged, though, the cells start to duplicate themselves to rebuild and heal. For instance, a broken bone, the body will start replicating those bone cells to heal it. According to John Hopkins' medicine, most wounds are healed after 3 months. What if they healed instantly, though? Games like Fallout, Halo, Destiny, Call of Duty, and many other video game franchises show the idea of instantly healing wounds. The idea of healing is also popular in Star Wars among the lore of the Sith and Jedi alike. So, is it plausible? What would it take to heal a wound instantly? Normal wounds heal by the body communicating that new cells need to be made, and the cells duplicate and slowly repair the damage to the body inside or on the surface. So what do you think, Boom? Do you think it's plausible to heal instantly in real life? You think that like science could find a way?
We're talking like advanced science. I don't think anything in the next maybe 10 years will be doing anything like that. Not like you mentioned Fallout, like you inject a stim pack, right? And your complete limbs that are broken like entirely are fixed. I mean, something that's gonna completely fix a broken bone. That's some advanced fucking shit just by an injection. You know what I mean? So I honestly don't think anything close to what we see in video games is anything, what we got going on nowadays. But I could be wrong. I'm definitely not a doctor.
Yeah, no, you never know what kind of weird or wild like technical advancements in medicine they'll discover within like 10, 20, or 30 years. What about you, Stars? What do you think?
I think it's definitely possible, but like Boom said, like I don't think it's anything anytime soon. Definitely not anytime soon. But I think it's definitely possible. I just think it's crazy how like Call of Duty can just add in a stem cell thing, like a stem shot to heal you instantly whenever that's not even a real thing.
Well, there's also like instances of overhealing too.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you can overuse antibiotics. So like 5 frightening consequences of overusing antibiotics. It increases fatal diarrhea cases in children, which is a real thing. Like, you can have fatal diarrhea. It can also upset sensitive gut flora. It doesn't help when you're trying to teach good bacteria. The good bacteria can go bad. It also increases cases of untreatable gonorrhea. And then on top of that, it's also driving up drug cost and hospital cost. There definitely are instances where like too much of a good thing is bad. Like, I mean, I don't want to die by fatal diarrhea.
No, it doesn't sound pleasant at all.
I mean, just
it could help me with my superpower though. Definitely. But
like a super launch,
explosive diarrhea just like launches me.
There you go. Boom's weakness is water. Diarrhea has water in it. Boom.
Jeez, yeah, that'll definitely be a weakness. You pull up with that, you win. I'll go home.
But there's also 3 stages of healing. We have the inflammatory phase, so as soon as it starts to hurt, it can last up to 4 days. We have the proliferator phase, which begins 3 days after the injury and overlaps with the previous phase of inflammatory, and the remodeling phase, which can last for 6 months to 1 year after an injury. So overall, just for a typical normal injury, it can take 3 months to it, or 6 months to a year to fully heal. So you're talking about condensing 6 months to a full year of healing to a matter of minutes. The process of healing to instantly heal would be more around the lines of regeneration, which regeneration is instantly repairing the body and helping organs regrow to become functional again, helping the integrity and functionality after injury. Healing also is just more of a regenerative process. So like healing itself takes months, regeneration happens instantly. That's the main difference you would, be using, or you would be comparing these two. So let's say there was a magical cure-all for the wounds out there, a simple shot that we could just slap on our arm like stimpaks from Fallout. It would most likely be catered to particular injuries to help them heal quickly. But the problem is, if too many cells are surrounding a cut or a wound, that wound's not going to heal, because the cells that actually go in there to rebuild that wound, to help it heal from the inside out, will get blocked if there's too much crap in the way. So that would be a very delicate balance to try to instantly heal something, because you'd have to get it just right. It would have to be like the proper mixtures of whatever's healing you, those cells that duplicate, and they wouldn't have to. There couldn't be too many, otherwise they would get in the way and will actually prevent the wound from healing. There are tricks to make wounds heal faster, though, and we're definitely not doctors. I'm not a doctor. Are you a doctor, Boom?
I am not. No.
Stars, you a doctor?
Nope.
Yep. So none of us are doctors here, but there have been studies on potential treatments that may work in the future. So, you know, I always recommend go to a doctor no matter what. You should just go see a damn doctor, okay? I mean, it could be the difference from you having a foot and then becoming footless. But there has been indications that antibacterial ointments work, such as aloe vera, which is rich in minerals and vitamins to help skin moisture and also reduce inflammation. Honey is also a very old natural healing. Like honey helps with natural antioxidants, antibacterial, and anti-inflammatory agents, and it's been used for a very long time. There's also turmeric paste. Turmeric is a spice plant of the same name, and it's similar to honey. It contains agents that help the healing process. Garlic has also been shown to help with antimicrobials and anti-inflammatory properties. Studies on garlic also indicated its 30% better rate of healing. And lastly, there's also coconut oil with fatty acids and antimicrobial properties where the oil may help. So, like, what do you guys think? Just both of you, either of you, one of you can start first. Just the possibility of instantly healing. What do you think the pros and cons are? I mean, when you think about it too, like, do you poop out like excess cells? Or the excess cells, because if we're going to use a stim pack, it's going to be jammed full of those duplicate cells, and you got to think that stuff has to go somewhere after the wound is healed. So you'd think you'd be shitting a ton, because logically the body flushes everything out either one of two ways, through the urinary tract or through your butt. So, like, if you ask me, if stim packs were a real thing, like in Fallout, that guy should be shitting his brains out, because I'm using a stim pack every 5 seconds.
I didn't even think about that.
Well, yeah, no, definitely, because the cells have to go somewhere. So I think the body would just flush them out with like the toxins and everything else that's in the body that it's trying to get rid of.
I think depending on what kind of stem shot you took, because like you said earlier, that you might have different stem shots for different,
types
wounds.
of injuries.
Well, that would make the most sense. That'd make the most sense.
I think depending on which one you take is where it will be ejected out of your body from. Like maybe like the smaller ones where it's just like maybe just a small wound, like hit you, and it'll probably maybe go out of your urinary tract, your urinary tract, or like if it's like a bigger injury, maybe you'll need more cells or so, or more clumped up, and they might come out of your bowels. So
you can say it. Just say it. Butthole, asshole. The brown highway.
The brown highway.
Yeah, dude. When you fart, it's just a turd honking to come out.
The snake's hole.
Yeah. No. I mean, like that's what the body does with toxins and stuff, though. Yeah. So I can't think of anywhere else where it would get. Like, what would your body just can't hold on to these excess cells that are meant for duplicating to heal wounds?
Well, what if, right, per se, and we're obviously in fiction land, because I mean,
no, absolutely,
whatever, but. Yeah. What if instead of repairing or like replacing the old cells, what if it just absolutely like regenerated them, like just straight up like fixed the cells that were broken or whatever, and just made them the same as they were?
Yeah, and that's
so that way
that's a possibility.
There's no need for all the excess shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if there were no toxins added, because obviously if there are toxins being added with this healing process,
well, I wouldn't say
it's a huge negative.
Yeah, it's going to be anything outside of the human body is going to be toxic. So anything you're entering or pushing into your body, like food, water, that's not. I mean, it's toxic to a point. That's why you get water poisoning, or these different variations. Like too much of a good thing is bad. So. But that's a totally different process, which is interesting too. Which you can kind of combine the two. You could create like a stim pack that does regeneration instead of just healing. But once again, I think the process would be similar, where it would have to require the cells that to tell your body to duplicate here. We're duplicating the cells right here. Like, I mean, don't you think? Like, I feel like that would put a lot of strain on a human's body.
I mean, still, if it's just regenerating the cells, there still has to be like something that's being injected into you. So it would still need to be like drained out somewhere.
Are you guys familiar with how starfish deal with their injuries?
No, not at all.
Okay, well, and please, if I am not entirely correct, then
Oh yeah,
forgive me.
people
But
can write in the comments. You can add on to this
I
conversation.
am almost entirely positive that starfish regenerate. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
maybe not to the point to what I'm saying, like how I'll describe it, but like no shit, like over periods of time, like they grow back the pieces of obviously like their body that have either been damaged or removed from like a predator or something. Like they can no shit regenerate it back.
They can regenerate their whole body back from just one piece of their body as long as the middle part of the body is somewhat connected to that piece.
Now, if we could obtain that on a molecular level, you know what I'm saying? You could literally lose an arm and have
Basically be
absolutely
Deadpool.
Oh,
no
yeah.
need for prosthetics or anything like that. You
That's-
would just
become
obviously, or for instance, get cancer in a piece of your body, or like and just straight up have it regenerate just simply because we've obtained the molecular ability to regenerate our like DNA. You know what I'm saying? Or our fucking cells.
Or it could be
Like-
from a like a amphibian too, because I mean that sounds a lot like Dr. Connors from the Spider-Man universe.
Yeah, like
I don't even know what
lizards.
that is.
Like lizards
Oh, yeah.
that grow back their tails and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, if you're unfamiliar with it, Dr. Connors is the lizard from Spider-Man. So
Yeah.
he's like the
Okay.
lizard man. And in the lore, the fiction of the Spider-Man universe, you know, he's missing an arm, he's missing limbs, so he's testing and trying out these different ways to grow his limbs back. And he just turns into a big ass lizard and, you know, becomes the enemy of Spider-Man.
I
It's
got you.
basically
I
the Doc
do not know that.
Croc of Marvel.
Yeah, basically.
Did you mean Killer Croc?
Could be Killer Croc.
Yeah, Killer Croc, but Doc Croc, I think, is there a Doc Croc in Marvel?
Not that I know of. I don't know too much about
I don't
Marvel,
know.
but if
I
you're
don't either.
referring to DC, Killer Croc is an
Yeah.
enemy of Batman, and
Killer
he
Croc
actually
no,
is
has
yeah.
in DC, yeah.
Doc
Yeah,
Croc is a brand of boots.
Waylon Jones. He has a skin disorder actually, and
Yeah, I know.
he doesn't even actually have a tail until he gets like that's a prosthetic add-on. You know what I'm saying? That's when he becomes Killer Croc because you know he becomes a whole fucking crocodile. But yeah, he sharpens his teeth like because he gets bullied to shit. Like they call him Crocodile, and like all of that with Waylon Jones is a process, dude.
Well, I mean, do you feel like if they were testing some of this stuff out to make it real life, do you feel like there'd be some kind of crazy wild mishap where you could get a Doc, or you could get a Killer Croc, or you can get a Lizard Man from like Spider-Man?
I mean, I'm sure, like I'm sure there's ways to do stuff like that, but I mean, if anything did happen, that shit would be kept under lock and key.
Yeah.
And you think it'd be like some Area 51 stuff?
I mean, there's no like unless it was like massively public, like you know what I'm saying, like he just went through the streets and started like ripping people apart and destroying cars and shit. But,
Well, you heard it here. If you don't hear the next episode, oh no, yeah, like if you don't hear the next episode of Boredom Must Die, it's because the CIA hunted us down because we got too close to the truth by accident.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, boom. You didn't get the waiver?
Yeah, you
I did not get a waiver.
You sound the waiver.
Man. Yes, I was the only one that got that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't get a waiver.
Yeah, no, I checked his state law, so it doesn't matter for him. Moving on. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I mean, it could also cause fatal diarrhea though too. Like if you're injecting all these stimpaks into yourself. Like what happens if you have 2 broken legs and like a jacked up arm? Like would it just take 1 stimpak to go for all those, or I mean, would it like you have specialized stimpaks for broken bones, for tissue tears?
Yeah, I would imagine you'd have to have like I mean to replace bone, you know, figment. That's you know that's you're not going to be able to just put multiple healing things for a body, you know, especially just simple like if it works the same way as a stimpak, you know, you just shoot it straight up wherever the injury is, you know, you just apply it whatever and you're immediately healed. Like you're definitely going to have multiple types of stimpaks. Like there's no way to I don't know, unless you just had miracle dust inside one of the stimpaks.
Miracle dust.
Just fucking healed everything.
Yeah, like when you look at it overall, you're trying to do like 6 months to a full year of healing. Like what would the time range be even with stimpaks? Because anything faster than 6 months would be progress.
Yeah, and it's just the crazy thing is like being able to like heal all those things together. I think it could have harmful effects on the body.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
that's what I was
Stuff
saying
gets
changing
earlier.
added.
yourself with so much stuff.
That's what I was saying earlier too. Is like it would be so stressful to the human body. Like, do you think the human body could even handle that? There would have to be obvious limitations if this were real or were real life.
Or unless science just goes so far where like
Yeah, I was gonna
does
say, depending on how high
possible.
tech you get with it.
Yeah.
I still think it's all about the future prosthetics where you have like wrist rocket launchers and grappling hooks out of your wrist, you know, and interchangeable genitalia.
Go gadgets.
Go gadget wiener.
Yeah,
just switch to the French tickler mod. Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, like, if anyone else out there wants to add in on, I mean, we also there's a whole idea too of like the Jedi using like midi. What if there's something out there like midi-chlorians? Like we don't even know about like these, you know, certain things that exist.
like a cell-based life form that
didn't
lives
they
in all
get
of us.
rid of those though? When Disney got it.
Maybe I haven't double checked that.
I heard that they got rid of those because
it's
like,
rough.
J.J. Abrams didn't like it or whatever, and he just like
you can't just get rid of the midichlorians though, because it's already established in episode 1 through 3.
Yeah, I know that because in episode 1 he like Qui-Gon legit says it over the transmitter.
Yeah, I mean they mention it numerous times actually, talking about like not even Master Yoda has a midichlorian count that high.
So it's already in the lore because you can't dismiss movies because the movies have already been made. It's already been an established lore. So
unless you just dismiss
but like
anything.
now they just don't talk about the midichlorians. They just say like the Force is like strong or whatever, and now they don't even mention them though.
That's what we'll specifically just talk about episodes 1 through 6. 7's okay. We'll ignore 8 and 9. But yeah, no, like I definitely think that that would be wild if there was something out there like midichlorians that you did not know about. They were just like naturally there, where you could manipulate them to heal your body too.
Yeah, that'd be neat. But I'm just saying the closest thing I think is figuring out how the fuck starfish do it, if possible. And
regeneration, yeah.
Manipulate it, yeah.
Like,
but that's like some crazy shit right there.
So I guarantee, I guarantee, like even for starfish, it'll still take some odd months. And even then, too, like it has to put their body under a tremendous amount of stress to like regrow these things.
Yeah, right.
But that was today's episode. I hope everyone enjoyed that. If you have any thoughts on it yourself, please leave comments. If you want to, contact on Twitter, tell us about your thoughts and our ideas of instant regeneration or healing. Any research that you might have done, you can definitely share with us. And I thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.